It's Thursday. It's 9 p.m. It's prime time for crime time. And I still can't get into my moonshine shack. This is Brando, playing some Red Dead Online. Glitching already? Not great. I guess I'll just go... Oh, I can't get on my horse either, huh? Cool. Can't bring up a weapon. Sweet. Love it when this happens. Can't run. Walking the stream. Jesus, that shit is horrible.
What up?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Just watching these idiots go all in and fucking trade chip stacks back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Nice.
It's crazy how often 8s have influenced huge pots in this tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just randomly.
Like
They're
pair
oh.
of 8s?
Just 8s in general. Like, oh, he needs to hit an 8 to hit the straight, and then he wins here. Oh, hits the 8. Okay. It's like, oh man, they're you know, such and such got the best hand. He's got the under pair with a pair of 8s, and oh, never mind, he's got trip 8s. Well, there you go. It's like just randomly, like 8s have eliminated 3 people now.
Wow.
Just random things that had to do with 8s.
Huh.
It's real weird, especially since they're using a fresh deck for each hand.
And yeah, 8s are just always in play. Huh.
Somehow, like, the 8s always seem to matter. They keep talking about it too, because, like, I don't know why the fuck 8s, but here we are.
Interesting.
There's nothing wrong with the shuffler, because these are different decks.
Yeah. Just a weird chance.
I think earlier, like, this dude lost a hand where he had pocket aces, but, like, he limped in to try to, like, bait higher bets, and that was the... got there on the trip 8s.
Hmm.
I think it was a turn or something, I don't know, but...
Is this like a championship that's happening now, or...?
No, it happened last year.
Oh, okay.
But it's the one where like Daniel Negreanu broke his non-winning streak. Because he hadn't won anything for like 6 years and then spiked this tournament.
Oh shit.
Of course, I didn't know that until I read the comments.
Oh.
Kind of ruins it a little bit, but you know, whatever.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Didn't even mean to read the comments.
Oops. It does make it less fun.
Well, he's playing like a guy that's like brand new to being professional. Like, so he's not brand new at poker. He knows he knows what he's doing, but like he just turned pro. He's like 30 years old and he just turned pro. So like it's not really a surprise because the whole table was people like him, and Daniels picked them off one by one because like of course he did.
Yeah.
Granted, he did have to get lucky a couple times, but like he's just playing better than them.
What the fuck is wrong with the Moonshine Shack?
It's still hilarious to me that Eric Froelich quit Magic to go off and play poker once they like kind of canceled the Pro Tour, and then won a World Series poker.
That is wild.
And he was talking about it in like an interview or something. He's like, and he's kind of talking about it. He's like, well, you know, it's the same skill set. Like, if you break down the fundamentals of these games, it's the same thing.
Hmm. Yeah, to some degree I could see that.
I mean, he's like, you know, you're betting odds and you're trying to guess your opponent's hand. It's the same principle.
There can be an element of faking them out as well.
Yeah, and you have to play to your outs, and there's bluffing in Magic just like there is in poker.
Yeah.
Of course, like it's which is why like pro players get frustrated against amateurs in like both games because you can't bluff because the amateurs have no fucking clue what they're doing. So you can't represent like anything because they have no fucking clue what the cards are.
Yeah.
I used to play against, go to my uncle's house. He'd do poker night like once a month. And he would, you know, he was the only enlisted guy in his office. Everybody else was like officers or whatever because they worked on what is now Space Force. They were U.S. Air Force Space Command doing like satellite shit and secret squirrel stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, these are smart computer nerds, high-ranking officers. And they would just fucking like do outrageous bluffs to where like you know they're bluffing, or like they would telegraph their hands so hard that it's like you're really really bad at this. Like you are the dumbest smart guy I know. And I remember like one hand we had a house rule where if you win the hand with deuce 7, then everybody owes you a big blind. So it's just house rule.
Yeah, that's good.
And freaking, this guy had deuce 7, was bluffing really hard, just throwing money away. I had like pocket aces. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna take all this guy's money. And then on the river, he gets 2 pair. I'm just sitting there like, this is fucking sick. Like, it's making me nauseous because I know what your hand is. I know that I had you beat until the river, and I was gonna take all your money, and now I know that you have me beat. And it's fucking disgusting.
God.
Because I know you have no idea what my hand is, and you have no idea what you're doing. You're just trying to, like, get a big blind by bullying me out of the hand, even though you're the small stack. And he was just sitting there like, what? How did you know? I'm like, really? Come on now. It's like, because while you were sitting in your office doing PowerPoint presentations, me and this fucking idiot were in the field playing poker for cigarettes. That's how I know. Well, okay, like, here's your fucking big blind, you dickhead. You know, and like you get this giant pot, and now you're the chip leader because you got lucky and cool.
Well,
You had literally the worst hand in poker, and then you got lucky and beat literally the best hand in poker, and that's pretty cool.
you just gotta chip away at that shit for the next hour or so.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I took his money, but actually I took several of his buy-ins too.
Nice.
Those guys weren't very good at catching on either. That like my uncle, myself, and Derek, the one other enlisted guy, always were first, second, third place, and those are the only money positions. Like it's like first place gets half the pot, and then you know second place and third place split it 60-40, the other half. I don't know, that's just how we did payouts and whatever. But it was always us three that cashed, and nobody else cashed, and whatever. And they always had to rebuy really early because they would always like just like they played like Omar.
Yeah.
Where they just play these outrageous like all-in hands for no reason, just because they're hoping to double up on something that's just absolutely stupid. Oh, I did not notice this until now, but I read that apparently it's part of the Geneva Convention that unless you are the Red Cross, you cannot represent medical anything with the symbol of a Red Cross.
Huh.
And I was like, really? And then apparently, like, some game company got sued for doing that and had to pay like a big fine. And now I'm noticing, yeah, all the Red Cross symbols in this game, they're all actually green. It's the same symbol, they're just green.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think of any other examples of the Red Cross that I would have seen like in pop culture or anything like that.
There might be like, you know, some exceptions somewhere where they ask permission and get permission or whatever for if you like Saving Private Ryan or something. I'm sure the medic in that. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't know.
I mean, surely. Yeah, I don't know. If you can't do it in a video game, I don't know why you'd be able to do it in a movie.
I don't know. It might just be a permissions thing where if you ask and pay whatever some sort of fee, then maybe they let you. I don't know.
Peculiar.
I don't know why anybody would care or why it would matter, but here we are.
I mean, I guess like I get that like in real life, like if you're some kind of caregiving thing, you can't use a Red Cross. But
Yeah, I get not being able to wear it on your clothes or something and just walk around as if you're like a rep for the Red Cross when you were not.
yeah, that I understand. But like a video game character, it's not like you're asking that fucking video game character for assistance. I mean, you are in the video game, but you're not in fucking. No one's confusing them for an actual doctor or whatever. Weird.
Well, if you are, then you got some
Deeper
other problems. Yeah, you got different problems that probably need to be addressed. Maybe diminished mental capacity.
Yeah.
Call it that.
Yeah, we'll say that. Oh, God damn it. I can't do moonshine shit. I got nothing to do.
You gotta know when to hold 'em. It's fucking hilarious, like, listening to the commentary on some of these poker matches where, like, the commentators are just, like, casually roasting players, and, like, you don't even notice unless you're really listening.
Yeah, I've never really caught that, I don't think.
Yeah, I never really noticed it until like today. Like somebody started singing that song while they were playing, and then they're like, "Yeah, Daniel Negreanu forgot the second part of that song because he just never fucking folds." Like anybody with a brain would fold here, but not Daniel. Like, oh, never mind, he spiked the 8 because of course he did. God damn it. Okay.
Brian said he probably won't be on. He said he got his booster shot and had a big Korean meal. I was like, I hope that's a combo that doesn't fucking betray you.
Korean meeting?
A Korean meal, like a bunch of Korean food.
Oh. The Korean meeting? Why is Brian meeting with Koreans? I don't...
Yeah, it's a piece.
I mean, like, they just happen to be Korean? Or them being Korean was important to the meeting? Or, like, I don't understand.
He sought them out. He's working on a peace accord.
North Koreans?
Both? It's that fucking monumental.
Is he negotiating a peace deal?
We're gonna solve this shit with Loungefly bags.
They exchanged Funkos and now they're friends?
Exactly. The great Funko exchange of 2022. Peace in our time. Oh, shit. I guess I can get my free code.
I'm dying. Where's this idiot? God damn it!
Hello, come on in.
Oh man, the amount of times you get shot in the back in this stupid fucking game is insane.
You still playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, I'm really close to getting the gold on this gun. I just need, of course, long shots, because somehow that's the hardest thing to
We
do.
have some new arrivals for the shop, all of exceptional quality.
You would think the 5 kills in a row thing would be the hardest thing to do, but no, not really.
Yeah, that does seem kind of tough, but...
Well, you won't know for sure until you try it on. A good coat could save your life. A great coat will look good doing it.
Well, there's another 5 in a row. But I need the long shots. And these motherfuckers with their dual-wielding sawed-off shotguns. Because of course.
I get all sorts walking into this establishment, but they all end up looking better when they walk out.
Get fucked!
My prize is a $21 coat. Fuck you.
I do like that the sniper rifles give off glare from the scopes.
I take pride in my selection here.
So you can
Everything
spot
here is
them
of
easier.
Exceptional quality.
It's only fair when they kill you in one
I
shot.
can only take gold for that, I'm afraid.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, Tweedledee.
Alright, Tweedle fuck.
Fucking sawed-off shotguns. This stupid shield shit. Like, use a perk or whatever to have two primary weapons so they can run around with a shield on their back. So it becomes that much harder to actually kill them. Because for some reason that actually works to like deflect bullets or whatever, as if that's a real thing that could ever happen.
I carry only the finest items. Ma'am, I am truly struck by your beauty in that. That will require gold to purchase.
Like the armor from Devil's Rejects.
So, what do you think? Wearing it out?
Gosh.
Like the very beginning when they just like had like the steel-plated armor or whatever.
It's just strapped on.
Yeah, and they just strapped it on and like walked through a hail of gunfire and were like fine. Like, yeah, that's not how that works.
It's movie magic.
I only stock the best in my shop. Buy from me, and you'll never be disappointed.
I do not understand how there's just like always
Gold for that, I'm afraid.
dogs running around. Like people get dogs just so easily. It's like you gotta get like 12 kills in a row for that shit. It just feels like every single game there's just constantly dogs running around.
Like, once you unlock a dog, do you always have the dog?
No, it's a kill streak. You have to get 12 kills in a row. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten 12 kills in a row. Maybe a couple times. I don't know.
You can purchase with confidence.
Because, like, knowing that I suck, I don't have that on as a kill streak. Oh, you dick.
I only stock the best in my shop. Buy from me, and you'll never be disappointed.
In the furs!
Let me know what I can do to help you leave here feeling good and looking great.
I never even thought about it. I don't know. So I was like, I look at your stack, okay.
Now, I watched the Daniel Negreanu clip, and he fucking, like, when they played out the hand or whatever, and then he has absolutely nothing. And then he shoves like a massive bet, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you got pocket kings, huh?" He's like, "Kings or aces, something like that, right?" And the guy had pocket kings. It's like, what the fuck? He's like, "Yeah, I mean, makes sense." So he's like, and folds it. All because he called him out, because he assumed if he's gonna call out his hand, like he knows what his hand is, and he's obviously got him beat or whatever, and he did not have him beat. Then, like, afterwards, like, they talked about it, and he was like, yeah, I mean, you knew what my hand was, like, so you got a beat, right? He's like, no, I didn't have a beat. I didn't have jack shit.
Take your time, but I promise.
He's like, what? He's like, yeah, I knew what you had. I didn't say I could beat it.
That's... wow, you got played, man.
Yeah, he very clearly had the best hand. He just got psyched out, because fucking dude just called his hand.
That's wild,
like,
though.
Negreanu does that all the time. Like I never see him do the bluff like that, but he calls out people's exact hand all the time.
The best in my shop. Buy from
Like sometimes
me,
down to the
you'll
suit,
never be
where he's like, "Oh shit, you got 10-2 clubs, huh?" And he'll just be looking at him like, "You're fucking sick, man."
It's pretty good.
People say us tailors all sound
Oh,
the
most
same,
multi-kills,
but I
huh?
find that rather offensive.
Great. Just give me my golden gun, you motherfuckers.
I just want my gold.
Who knows why? I guess it's just an achievement to try and
I
get.
stand
That's
by
why.
everything I
It's a
sell in
goal.
this place, so you can purchase with confidence.
For fuck's sake. There we go. Okay. I need 30 more of those, and then a shitload of long shots. 100 long shots. Ugh.
With what kind of gun?
It's an assault rifle. It's an automaton, and I have no idea what the fuck this is. Like what real life gun?
Oh, what it's based on.
Yeah.
Do they not use real? I guess no games do that. Since they're weapons of death.
The what?
I said I guess no games that use actual gun names. Don't the World War II Call of Duties use real gun names?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's MP40, Stein, ON, 1928, PPSH. Yeah, these are real gun names. Actually, thinking back to it, the old ones they did too, and Battlefield did too.
But they don't anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. Well, I don't know how long I'll be playing Red Dead, because I can't go into my fucking Moonshine Shack for whatever reason.
I don't know how it is that their games are always fucking broken.
Well, I mean, they do stuff to change it up and add things, and shit doesn't work like it's supposed to. I'm really surprised by the problem that the agencies have been having, because they usually make GTA, sure, GTA is working perfectly, but
What?
I mean, it's their big money maker.
I don't remember GTA ever running smoothly.
It runs pretty fucking smoothly for all the things you can do with it. I mean, I cannot name another game that has that much shit to do, but is also relatively glitch-free. I really only feel like it was having problems because they rolled that shit out right before the holidays and everyone probably took off.
I mean, the agency's not the only thing they've had problems with.
I mean, I don't know if I've noticed anything as egregious as that. Casino Heist worked pretty good when it rolled out. Cayo Perico worked out pretty good when it rolled out.
No, it didn't.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't work at all when we first tried to do it. We had to wait a couple weeks for it to work at all.
Oh, you're right. It did have a problem when it first rolled out.
The casino had tons of glitches when it first started. We had to wait a couple weeks, and then they patched it and like whatever. And it's got random glitches and some NPC issues. Like it's a big game. Like I get having problems. Like whatever. It's also been out for like a decade.
I can mostly forgive like the first week or two for that kind of shit. But having to look at
I have trouble really forgiving any of those issues because they can test it before it comes out. So they could just not put it out.
I mean, they do test
not on just that game, on any game.
But
and like that seems to just be the standard. Like this game's glitched as fuck. That's just like what game companies do now. Just like, fuck it, just put it out, we'll patch it later. Okay. And then they do that, and it's fucking ridiculous. And it's like, you know, I would prefer it to just work, even if it takes longer to make. So like, you can just delay its release, and then just make it work, and then release it. Because it's more frustrating to play a broken thing than it is to have to wait another month or whatever, or even another year.
I mean, you can't actually test it under real-life circumstances in any way until it's rolled out in real life.
With the amount of resources that big game studios that big game studios have, I mean, they can do some pretty strenuous tests before they put that shit out.
I mean,
an indie game, like, can't. That's just not possible. Like Fall Guys, they didn't have the resources to like test their shit before they rolled it out.
I think it's more like the number of players that are playing. You know, you got like several thousands to a million players joining a game all at once.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you're a large game company that's got access to billions of dollars, you can test that shit.
Well,
like a Blizzard or a Activision or an EA or a Rockstar, they can do some tests on that. They just don't care because it's better for stockholders to just release shit and have people buy it. And like, it makes more sense from a company standpoint because they want to get the money and then use the money to improve the game after they've gotten the money, rather than risk, you know, millions of dollars for a thing that people might not even end up buying because the hype's gone or whatever. I understand it from a business standpoint, like I got it, but it's frustrating from our point of view. But if it's like a company like, you know, the people that put out Fall Guys or whatever, then it's like much more tolerable than it's when it's like Blizzard. Sure. Like, dude, Blizzard, like, go fuck yourself. Or like Bethesda or Activision or I guess Blizzard is Activision, or like EA or Rockstar or something. It's like, alright, man, you've got oodles of money. Like, what are you doing? Like, how many more shark cards we gotta sell before you square your ass away?
It's crazy to me that anyone buys those things. I mean, it's definitely hard to like build up money at first, but once you have any, it becomes real easy to make.
It's not that crazy to me. Like, it's just the instant gratification people want and are used to, and they want it and they want it now, and for $20, fine. They want the thing and they want it right now and they don't want to work for it. Like, I don't understand it for me, but I understand why people would do it. I don't relate to those people because, like, I think that's fucking dumb. But like, it's like the world. You know, it's the meme world.
Yeah, it's true.
It's where people pass off, you know, reading. When they say I read something online, what they mean is they looked at a meme. It's that group of people that are buying shark cards.
That is fair.
I think still one of my favorite memes is the Abraham Lincoln one.
Which one
It's
is
like,
that?
It's got like a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it or something, and it says something like everything that you've read on the internet is true, and it gets like quoted to Abraham Lincoln. Like 1968 or something.
Nice.
Abraham Lincoln, 1968. Everything on the internet is true. Man, I hate this fucking map. And this is like the new map that they put out with this patch, so of course they put it in the rotation like the most often.
That's what you see always.
And the map's like constructed in such a way to where like every encounter with any other player is like super close quarters, so it's just like who's twitchy enough. More of these fucking idiots with the shields on their backs. And of course the shields have like these big curves, so you can't shoot them on the side either. You get like the perfect angle on them to be able to shoot them. I had to disable the cross-platform thing. They like fucking hyped up the cross-platform deal to where you could play with people on like Xbox and PC or whatever.
Yeah.
But PC's processors are faster, so they don't experience as much lag. So they always have the jump on you. So like, it was the top kills people were always people on PC.
Yeah, it's not even fair.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I don't want to... I'll play with people on Xbox, but I don't want to play with PC people.
I want a chance.
They can also change their field of view to make their screen wider so they can see more. I'm like, that's just like, that's almost cheating.
Yeah, that's using an advantage that not everyone has. I mean, plus aren't they just like pointing and clicking to shoot people?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like not even as hard.
I mean, I have a harder time with it, but I think I'm just used to the thumbsticks because I've only ever played shooter games on consoles.
Yeah. I'm terrible at shooters. I fucking the absolute worst. Only because of Cyberpunk did I get kind of okay at that shit.
This kind of game used to be like all I ever played, so I'm okay at it.
Yeah. Playing a little bit of Alchemy because the zombie deck was okay when Alchemy started, but now that shit's just all mono green. Fucking super fast deck.
Or stupid fucking Captain Combo Blink bullshit.
I don't know that I've seen that.
It's the white card that's like a collected company on a creature.
Oh.
It's not even a collected company. It literally tutors the creature out and puts it on the battlefield. But it tutors a random 3-drop out of your deck, but it's not that hard to like obviously that's good. And then you blink it, it's enter the battlefield. It's not when you cast it, so...
Jesus.
I don't know, it's just kind of fucking gross.
I maybe played against that. I don't think I saw that card too many times, but yeah, that seems pretty fucking terrible.
I just hate the entire concept of alchemy because, like, the thing that I don't like about Magic is variance. Obviously, it's, like, an inherent part of the game, and, like, it's important to the game, so, like, I get it. But that's all alchemy is variance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, randomly manifest cards. I'm like, oh, get a random card out of your deck, or, you know, whatever. And it's like, if I wanted to do that, I'd be playing Hearthstone.
Yeah, I hate shit like that.
It's like, what if we just put Cascade on every card? Wouldn't that be fun? Like, no, it wouldn't, actually. It'd be fucking stupid. Like, please don't add that shit to Vintage. Thank you.
Keep that shit away from things I like.
Yeah, because at least Vintage Cubes still exists, and I can still turn 2 Gristlebrands. Opponent play 3-man Inspector. Oh, okay.
That's so good.
Well, anyways, Entomb reanimate Gristlebrand. What? Or no, Entomb, or it was. I went Swamp, Mox, Go. Like, okay, and then Entomb on your instep, and then untap, Exhume.
Entomb is an instant?
Yeah.
Jesus. So good.
Entomb is an instant, Reanimate is not.
Yeah. Yeah, God, that'd be the fucking most insane spell ever.
Well, it's real fun to like do it in Esper, and you get the fairy, and then you can cast Reanimate as an instant speed, and your opponent can't do anything about it.
Oh yeah, no counter there.
Yeah, Teferi's just absolutely broken in Cube.
Yeah, I believe
That card is just so fucking ridiculous in Cube because like counter spells are important in Vintage.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I resolved a Teferi, you lose.
Good luck. See, you save your first counter spell for Teferi.
Yeah, but it's like the lesson that I taught to Shane that he didn't learn. There are ways of playing around counter spells.
That's true. A little bit
But
of that.
that's more of that like akin to poker shit,
Yeah,
or you know, doing the
exactly.
bait.
That's what I was gonna say. Play that secondary important spell first.
Yeah, like important enough to where they need to counter it, but not important enough to where you care.
Yeah, I've definitely done that shit in Arena. Like, okay, I know you're gonna fucking counter something. So.
I mean, that's why cheap spells are important, and that's a thing that people learn in like, especially in like Vintage Cube draft, like real fast.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you know, you should, if like Preordain and Grave Titan are in the same pack, Preordain is definitely the pick. Because like all the 6-mana creatures or whatever, it doesn't matter which one you play, they're all good.
Yeah. You're gonna get there, so.
But there is only one Preordain. It's crazy how late I get past some of that shit, like, and like, somehow Reanimator is almost always open, like,
I mean,
it's a good, it's not the best deck, but it's good, it's good enough.
When you posted that, I was like, how do you have all those fucking pieces? That's amazing.
Well, like, so him you can usually get pretty late if black is open because it's double black. Reanimate I got past super late because that was like pack 3 and it was super open. Gristlebrand was like, I think pack 2 pick 4 or something like that. Like I got that super late, but like Gristlebrand you can only really play in Reanimator, like you can't really put that in any other deck. I guess like you could put it in like a sneak attack deck,
Yeah.
but having to sacrifice it is not great.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's probably still gonna win you the game. Draw 7 and hit you for 7, lifelink or whatever.
Gain 7 life. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it sucks when like, you know, you go through all this effort to get a Gristlebrand on the battlefield and then they like brazen borrow or bounce it or whatever. That's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I did manage to kill somebody with their own Gristlebrand in the deck I had before that. Because I had a Shelldog Isle. Like, I'm dead on board. And I get the Mind Control Emrakul under the Shelldog Isle. And then for whatever reason, they cast Gristlebrand. So I'm like, okay, cool. I just let it happen. I was like, anyways, here's an Emrakul. And I milled them out by just drawing their deck.
What is Shelldog Isle?
It's a blue tap land, and you can pay blue and tap it, and then it's a hideaway. So you look at the top 4 and put something underneath, and then you can pay a blue to cast whatever's underneath it for free. But you can only do that if any player has 20 or fewer cards in their deck, which in limited is not that hard.
Yeah.
So like it's really good in limited. It was meant to be like a mill card.
Yeah.
Because I think it's from Lorwyn, and it was supposed to go along with other mill shit.
Interesting.
But it actually casts the card, which is fun.
Yeah, that's good.
The amount of times that people have played some sort of mind control effect against me and then paid all my life into a Toxic Deluge is really tilting. Like, just this cube season, I think that's happened a good, like, 4 or 5 times.
That's... Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking infuriating.
Like, it's almost irritating to the point where I don't want to pick Toxic anymore, but it's just such a fucking good card.
Yeah.
Like a 3-mana Wrath, anything gets around indestructible, like all that shit is just like so good that I almost never pass that card.
Is there a lot of mind control cards in the cube?
You're at level 19.
Not a ton. There's like Mindslaver, Emrakul. I think that's it, actually.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So I'm forgetting something, but they're like high picks, and there's a lot of tutors. So like, if you have a finisher like that in your deck, like the chances that you're going to be able to play it against a deck that's playing Toxic Deluge is pretty high. It's like decks that are playing Toxic Deluge are not trying to end the game quickly. Except in the case of my Reanimator deck. Which the Archon that's like 8 mana or whatever, I actually hard cast that like 3 or 4 times.
Jesus.
Because I had 2 Moxen in that deck, so... And a Trinket Mage, so I was tutoring him out or whatever. And like, I had a guy that just kept finding his Relic of Progenitus, and so I'm like, well, I can't really reanimate anything because he can just exile my graveyard at will. But then he didn't do anything. We were sitting there staring at each other for like several turns while he's sitting there with this relic and doing nothing. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna cast this then.
Just hard cast it.
It's like, oh shit, I forgot you could do that.
You could actually play spells.
You can just pay 8 mana for this thing that's definitely gonna kill me. That card is so fucking broken.
What does that do?
It's like when it enters the battlefield or when it attacks, they sacrifice a creature and discard a card and lose 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life.
God, that's so good.
And it's a 6/6 flying for 8 mana.
And
It's like, just hard casting it is also fine.
Is that a Kaladesh demon or?
No, it's from Modern Horizons 2.
Oh, okay.
And it's not legendary.
Nice.
So what's really fun is when you get that and a Kiki-Jiki in the same deck.
Oh god.
And then what's really fun is when your opponent mills you with a Sword of Body and Mind, and then you reanimate Sheoldred, and then you get back your Archon, and then they have to sacrifice their shit and discard their last card, and then the next turn you get back a Kiki-Jiki and copy it and bash them for like 18 damage.
That's
Just,
funny.
you know, a hypothetical situation that might come up. That definitely came up.
So good. Your opponent has to be losing their fucking mind.
They salt roped a little bit. It was like, I think they ran down like 30 seconds on the clock just like looking at the board. They have no cards in hand. I'm like, you're tapped out, you have no cards in hand. I know you can't do anything about this, but
You're just gonna stare.
but that's cool. Soak it in, man. Because this is delicious.
I savor the flavor of this motherfucker. It's good.
And it's a significant decision for a couple of reasons.
Well, the best part is like he knew that I had Kiki-Jiki and Deceiver Exarch in that deck. So the whole time, that's what he was playing around. And I was like, that's fine. You can play around that, and you can counter and kill and exile my Deceiver Exarch all you want. I don't care, because I have a Wormcoil Engine, a Shieldred, an Archon, and a Kiki-Jiki. And you have Birds of Paradise and Golos. Or whatever the fuck he had, and like, I don't care about anything that you're doing. Like, you need to have like an upheaval or something right now.
Yeah. Bust out something pretty dramatic.
That's something you can leverage to make the net look that much stronger too, though.
Definitely, depending on what level you want to be on, and then
But I do appreciate the more experienced vintage players that like will scoop way before they're dead, just because like they know where this is going,
Yeah.
and they know that they can't stop it. And they're like, let's just this is just life equity. Let's just save ourselves some life misery, you know. Like we don't need to go through the motions here. I'm dead.
That's fair.
And they also like I mean, those same people are the same people that like they know what's in their deck, so like they know that there's not a draw in their deck that could get them out of that.
Yeah, they're just fucking in there.
Because I've definitely done that before, where I'm like, well, they resolved a thing, I can never win. I've done that to Teferi, like, oh, well, they resolved Teferi, and I'm playing a blue deck, I can never win. I'm just gonna scoop this up. Because it's gonna take another 20 minutes for them to actually kill me.
Yeah, in Arena, if someone plays 9 lives, I'm like, I'm over, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess it depends on the deck, because you can definitely ping them to death and get those counters on there, but...
Except for they play that fucking... The next thing they do is they play that enchantment that,
Yeah, once they play that and you're on Rakdos, you're just dead.
Yeah, you can do nothing at all. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's just a prison deck. It's just, that's a hard lock. Unless you have the ability to kill enchantments.
Yeah, I don't. I stay in the game until I see that second one come down. I'm like, alright, well, I do.
Yeah, black and red famously good at killing enchantments.
Yeah, very, very not so much.
That's what they're most famous for.
That's the color pie. Yeah, the first time I saw that deck, I was like, oh, fuck you. This sucks.
Have you seen the Exalted Deeds? Or Exalted whatever the fuck?
I don't think I have.
It's like a white enchantment that's like triple white. And it's like if you've gained, I think 3 or more life this turn, then you can make an angel.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
I have seen
And then you can put like a counter on something that thing becomes a platinum angel.
Maybe
Essentially.
I haven't
And then they put it on one of their lands.
Oh,
They just like turn like Faceless Haven into a creature and put it on that.
God,
And then they just never activate it again. So if you don't have a Field of Ruin in your deck, then you're just dead.
it's fucking over.
I'm like, cool. Cool white stuff deck.
Yeah, that's every goddamn white deck. Is Stone?
Yeah, every time somebody plays some shit like that, I'm just like, why are you like this? Like, why are Magic players like this? Like, why do people enjoy this? Alright,
Yeah.
just whatever.
That Nine Lives deck was my exact thought. I was like, what are you doing? This is so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. All you're doing is make random people just hate you. And maybe you get off on that, that's fine. But, like, god damn, that's fucking stupid.
I assume that those are the people that, like, jizz their pants when other people get mad. I don't know.
I mean, I also assume, like, people think the same of me when I play my fucking goblin that spits out a random number of other goblins, but that shit's fun. That's silly and stupid.
But at least the game's over quickly. You don't have to sit there and suffer through nonsense.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't take... You're advancing the game.
Just not fucking winning.
It's like the fucking Lantern control deck. It's like, I'm not trying to win the game, I'm just also not letting you do anything. Like, you don't get to take any game actions, and then we're gonna sit here for an hour while I don't win, but you also don't win. Like, why?
Who
Why?
does that?
Have you ever thought about suicide? It's like, because generally I'm not an advocate, but Jesus Christ, I fucking hate you.
You are just a piece of trash.
You're the goddamn worst. You're fucking scourge on humanity.
You've taken this fun, kind of cool thing and just made it as unfun as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's like Jeffrey Epstein with the Caribbean. You took a great location and you made it a horror show.
You fucking ruined it for a lot of people. Yeah, decks like that. Fucking just the worst.
I saw a meme earlier with what's her face, that dude's girlfriend
Yeah.
who
The one who's paying for all of his fucking crimes for sure.
yeah, you know, she just got found guilty or whatever,
Yeah.
and the meme said, "True love is when you finish each other's sentences."
Saw that one. That was good.
So, like, that's pretty good.
Accurate. We'll see if she survives incarceration.
She's going to women's prison. She'll survive.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure she'll be pimping those fucking hoes out.
Depends on what story she's got to tell. She might not make it.
They don't fucking do anything to. I'm sure she won't have very many friends.
Because I mean, I don't think it was prisoners that, took out Epstein. I think it was maybe.
No, it's absolutely not.
Yes.
But like, she's lived this long. She's probably fine.
Yeah, she most likely doesn't know the same shit.
She would have committed suicide by 2 gunshots to the head a long time ago if they were going to do that.
Yeah.
I think it might also be that, like, you could just let her off because it's like she's just so discredited and everybody hates her so much that who the fuck's going to listen to her even if she does have a story to tell.
True.
It's like, I've got some damning evidence. Like, excuse me, lady, don't you fuck children and, like, arrange for rape? Like, yeah, go away. I don't want to listen to you. No, but I've got some damning evidence. Like, I don't care. Go away. You crazy Karen lady, go away. Queen Karen, get out of here. I watched like a fucking crazy video of her like courtroom shit where the courtroom sketch artist is sitting there drawing her or whatever, and she just like started staring at the courtroom sketch artist and started sketching her.
Oh, weird.
And it was just really bizarre.
Huh.
When just like everybody that's there was like, oh, this lady's fucking absolutely insane.
I mean, you gotta wonder if that's the thing she was going for.
I mean, I maybe. I don't know. But I don't think they even attempted to claim that, did they?
No, I
She's just a fucking icy, fucking manipulative, just horrible person. I don't think there's any insanity in her. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah, just a fucking soulless blight piece of shit.
Just a sociopath. Just your run-of-the-mill sociopath, that's all.
Just the huge.
Hey, hey, hey! Oh, god damn it. This dude threw a Molotov cocktail, like, right at my feet. It's like the Thai restaurant owner from The Fifth Element. You are fired!
Try to go to the Moonshine Shack one more time, and then I'm going to fucking GTA.
Okay, shape in terms of all the smoke.
It is annoying that GTA doesn't have Texas Hold'em. Like, why not? I assume there's some legal issue there.
Yeah, especially considering like money is essentially free in that game, so you should have it in the casino.
Thanks, you too. Alright, flip it one time. Finger attack. Oh, flip it indeed.
But
I'm surprised there isn't a legal issue with just the casino in general, seeing as how you can buy shark cards to make money. I mean, you can't sell the money to get real money, so I don't know why there would be a super big problem, but like I can imagine where gambling is illegal, like there might be some sort of
I'm
issue.
willing to bet because of all the money that they give away in the game that there's not any problem. That would be my guess.
Now for Daniel and
I don't know that for sure.
Well, I don't know if that would hold up in court.
Yeah, but I mean, who's suing them? I don't think anyone could sue them and have that hold up in court.
I don't blame him for begging.
I mean, there's
Think of a country as outlawed gambling, and because like it's just like the magic shit. Like there's some countries where you can't buy like collector boosters because it's gambling.
yeah, but
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations.
yeah.
No, he did it.
Great weekend, too.
50,000 no limit hold'em. That doesn't make any sense. 50,000 is a limit.
No limit in your betting.
I guess, but I don't know what the 50,000 means.
I assume that's just like the total pot.
No, the total pot was like
Millions,
several
right?
million.
Yeah.
Maybe that was what the